Hello, this is your monthly reading for the sign of Aries, Aries sun, moon, or rising. Hopefully you feel free to find a message in wherever Aries resonates with you in your chart. Amen. Ashe, abracadabra. Let's raise our vibration, amen. All right, and Spirit, what messages do you have for the sign of Aries? By the way, I'm Dr. Chakrageous, and this is your monthly reading. So let's see what Aries has for this month, amen. We have the Ace of Cups, Six of Pentacles, King of Cups, and I'm going to do it a little different. I am going to place your future positional cards face down instead of putting them all together. Amen. We leave a little suspense for that. I'll give you three of them. From one deck, and we go from this deck. Spirit, what messages do you have for the sign of Aries? Right now, Aries, as far as like me, I'm a Mars. My Mars is in Aries. So for those that have that need for that family dynamic to come together without question, it's all about aligning your morals with what your healthy family dynamic would consist of because of your input, all right? It's all about your follow through. It's all about the wisdom and the effort that you put into your connection, all right? Let me give these cards a shuffle. Ten of Cups. Let me get that. Let me get that. Alright, you got the Ten of Cups. You may have had someone try to take away your attention span from following through in a way where it shows your effort. Like, people know your work ethic, and you don't want your work ethic to change whatsoever. Amen. What else? Spirit, what messages do you have for the sign of Aries? Ace of Swords in reverse in the past with the Six of Pentacles. Interesting. You may have been around an unaccomplished individual that you believed in their support, and they haven't had goals set the way that you set your goals. So therefore, with that being said, how can one accomplish something at their maximum comfort? It's like you don't want to feel the awkwardness of being around someone who's unwilling to learn your art. Like, you can deal with comments that seem, you know, how some people are embarrassed to make comments because it may make them seem uneducated about your expertise because they're like not a beginner or a novice at it. It's new to them, you know? So, yeah, you have the King of Cups. Okay, well, you may be around someone that doesn't manifest relationships the way that you do, and you might want to share with them your new success, except you kind of want to keep it to yourself, because it's like you could be friends with somebody, but when you have certain things that you've achieved in your life, then those are milestones. And it's like that's your friend, but you don't want to tell them that their tendencies keep them from having victories. They're milestones, you know? And be prepared for spirit to show you that telling them the truth is like sharing your resources in a sense, because being a lover and having love is a natural resource, and it's like having a person that they don't respond to hardship the same, and you kind of got to tell them, you know what, man, that's all right, you know. You got to encourage them a little more, except they're the type that, like, you have people that you've seen grow because of your words and things of that nature, right? It's just that you have seen where you have to call on God personally, no matter how equipped you are with information. It's like you have to call on God just a smidge more to even communicate with this person, because you have to figure out why God would allow such different personalities to lean on one another, to need one another, you know. It's your time where in the past you realize who did not share your same morale or your same definition of success. So you might have made a goal come true that others underestimated you about. And in doing that, they showed themselves a bit unnecessary, I should say, because you've accomplished a goal, and I'm going to raise the vibration for you on that one. All right. All right. You may see that them meeting you kind of is teaching them how to get where you're going, and you're figuring out ways to share your accomplishments, and you might not have had things to share in the past for a long time. You're just now accomplishing things, but it's because I'll turn over one of your future cards. You have a Nine of Pentacles. Your self-worth had been being asked of you in order to achieve goals. You were meeting people that wanted you to jeopardize who you are in order for them to advance you as a person, whether it's career-wise, promotion, friendship, or even just spending more QT with you and becoming your definition of quality, you know? And without meeting those or that specific criteria spiritually, you watched how God kind of made it what seemed difficult. You were put in positions where you knew that you couldn't get mad that certain opportunities shifted themselves because God did it. God did it, you know? And yeah, Nine of Cups again. You have a double Nine of Cups because I was clarifying the Six of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. And Temperance upright with the Knight of Cups. See, the spiritual realm helps that Knight of Cups not fall into folly, immaturity, you know. You're even presenting yourself better. You're keeping parts of you to yourself. You're giving the congratulations, you know. You're able to show how you can be a part of someone's life, you know. You're able to tell those like, yeah, you know, without you there would be no happy me, you know, and I thank you and don't you go anywhere. And that's where God is saying, you know, you give people their accolades, and upon them receiving that, it's true longevity. See, longevity is created by saying and declaring and decreeing on what you want to experience again. Amen. And wanting to keep the sense of soul purpose protected. You're actually becoming a part of the universe and Mother Earth's curriculum. We all have a curriculum to adhere to, even without a tuition. And we are not here to forget that. We are here to pick our core curriculum, our core studies, what keeps our chakras and our core values together, you know? What part of life are we, what part of life are we not willing to fail at, you know? It's important to share in great and reciprocal ways. The map assumes mutual exchange, constant acceptance and return on the topic of issues. In the past, you'd share and lose a part of you. And you don't want to keep, because Nine of Pentacles is self-value. Nine of Cups is self-achievement, emotionally, of expression, you know? Like, you can have values and keep them to yourself, but when were you put in a situation where you really had to stand up for what and who it is that you are, and it made or broke a decision on how you are perceived in a circumstance, you know? We can either save face or we can save a life, including our own and the lives of our loved ones. By being the most authentic, healthiest, truest us, we provide that it's possible for you to achieve. We are an example for others to know that, hey, if this person is going forward in such a cause and in providing resources that are only a grasp away or a listening ear away, then they're showing that once a person gets their idea of what they want to accomplish together, then by God, I can go forward and share what I'm learning with other people, and that is the way that it is supposed to be. Amen. Congratulations on such a journey and such a world that tries to mold us to not utilize our positive outcomes for better suggestions. All right? And it's learning how to take your conquerings and create better criticism without being a bad critic. You're able to be amongst people and hear bad critiques and be that person that doesn't want to have delivered that bad critique and can empathize with the person that it was thrown at. So you're kind of like that mediator, you know, that's what you're using your ram horns for. And you may just be the only one, you know. You have the 10 of Cups. So your determination, power, and leadership was required of you in order to move forward in your own life. You have to take charge of your own life. You couldn't sit up there where peace is available to anyone. And you can't think that it skipped you. It's something for you to show individuality because you nurture it. You nurture it a certain way. You have the 2 of Swords. Having to overcome. Okay, so you have the 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and the 2 of Swords. And it's becoming that divine feminine or divine masculine emotionally on and off the clock. It is teaching you to value how you reign. Because the Queen of Pentacles doesn't take her eyes off her goal. And it materializes as seen fit, as desired, amen, and is very unselfish in pursuit of achievement and leaves room for some type of temperance, having the audacity to receive a follow-through in a predicament, circumstance that others thought God would send you 700 to 1,000 people to hear a defeat that was only the strength of a few seconds. It took the mind of true believers to believe past defeat, to see the true eloquence and elegance in having the audacity to get closer. And in a way where it edifies the soul, it grows the soul, it nurtures the soul of each one. So it's watching how, and you also have the King of Cups, all right? And that's the Queen of Cups, divinely balanced. And by having that divinely balanced King of Cups with the Queen of Pentacles, it's allowing that emotional response to get nurtured by saying, you know what, I kept my standards as a divine masculine. And also it goes for the divine feminine to go, you know what, if I was the divine masculine, these are the requirements. So I met the requirements of a healthy life force driven, protected, strong, courageous, all-encompassing soul that no other soul can ever take the place of. No other soul can ever take the place of. And then it goes for the divine feminine to go, you know what? I am a great helpmate. I am improving by the service put forward through my being. And it goes for the divine masculine to say, you know what? My taste in identifying when Mother Earth is present is potent. It is so potent and it's so necessary that I shall not change it for anyone. I shall protect it, hone it, and improve it. You know what? I'm going to get to the final messages for the sign of Aries. And you have, when I get this card, it's the end of the reading. There's no other option. I'll flip it. And you have the Four of Swords. Know when to leave. You're going to, and that's present, past, and future. Know when to protect. Know when to leave. Know when to lead the way towards an exit. Know when it is your way to figure the way out. You're going to have times where you need to prepare yourself to say, you know what, staying is not bad in this moment, at this present location, except I am being called to know when enough is enough. It's like pouring medicine in a medicine cup. You can only pour so much in that cup. So it's providing, it's looking around and go, did everybody get their cup? Good. All right, now let me walk off with my cup. Let me walk off with this one, because you know what? I can't make it smaller, and I can't make everyone's cup this cup, because God gave me this cup. And I have to keep it of this size because I provide from my cup. My cup runneth over. So it's allowing yourself to see the individuality that you provide. And you do it in a way where you allow spirit to nurture your talent, to nurture who you are. And you know what? Knowing that it is a necessary training ground for greater things to come. You cannot fear failure. Failure is a necessary training ground for things that are to come. As you take charge in your own life, you will inspire others to get out of their comfort zone and live a more unintimidated life. Don't forget that. You know what? That is the sign of the ram. You have to use strength. You have to use courage and put the two together. And we have to get out of that era of thinking that instead of thinking the word sacrifice, because rams feel like they're automatically targeted for the being used for something and not credited for something, you know? And we have to get in the word of significance. Significance. We are significant, amen? Very significant individuals and beings. And don't you forget that. Do not forget that. RAM is used to store information that needs to be used quickly, amen? We are not those that do the work and fulfill consensus and census based off of a certain area code. Never let anybody put you in an environment where the area code is pressure cooked into producing an only certain type of understanding per mind. And once there's an exhaling mind, there's a cost on that mind, amen? Because those minds are protected by God, very protected by God. And touch not my anointed. Touch not my anointed. Aries, you have nothing to worry about. Push through the month with vigor. Push through the month with audacity. Pull towards your loved one with authenticity. And keep it that way. And watch how every day your life improves. Amen. Namaste.